Hey everybody, Edo here, and this is Lockup, a role-player tale. It is live on Kickstarter now, designed by Stan Kordonskiy, and this is published by Thunderworks Games and Keith Matejka. Before I go on, I have to say and be clear, I'm a huge Thunderworks Games fan. I am a huge Keith fan. I've reviewed almost all of their games, or unboxed and otherwise, but also, Keith does amazing work, and he's done amazing work for me and Pencil First Games. He designed the single-player versions of Sunset Over Water, Herbaceous Sprouts. He is the lead designer on Skull Hollow, which is coming to Kickstarter soon after this game. So please take that all with, take that along with this. But I work with him all the time because he's got amazing taste, a great eye, and does great games. And Lockup is no different. This game is outstanding. Very straightforward. You are one of a number of gangs in prison in the world of role player. These are the minions, the insectoids, the gnolls, the bugbears, and you're trying to sort of be the biggest gang in the prison. There's word that the Dark Ruler comes around, I forget the guy's name, but comes around and looks to the prison to find the strongest gangs to bring into the army or move forward. So, or in the Colosseum, and so you're vying for that rule of the prison, and there are guards and goons and all sorts of things going on. But in essence, within each of your gangs, you have this set. This is normally heading towards you because this is hidden information to you. He created these pretty awesome tile stands that have like a prison, on the back, and then you see the different your gang behind bars. It's cool. But what you're going to be doing is you are playing your tiles. This hidden information to you. So I'll turn them back around. Oh, before I do, you have your 0 value lookout, a 2, 3, 4, 5, and then your enforcer, whose strength is based on your power. These are hidden towards you, and what you're going to be doing is playing them into these different regions of the prison, trying to be the person with the most total value in that. And you can play one into a spot or multiple, but you may only play into a spot once. These spots are going to be generating resources, whether they're the sewage or green cubes, the potions in the infirmary, gold and iron from the smith, gold and any other resources from the commissary. You can go into the exercise yard to gain power and the first player token. Or you can buy items. You can also bribe guards. So what you're going to be doing in the Chow Hall. So what you are doing is trying to be the player who's in the top spot. If you are, you get the most resources. The subsequent players do get something, often depending on the spot and depending on whether it's a 2-player, 3-player, 4-player game. It's 1 to 5. I have not played single player, but Keith does a good job at that. And if you don't get anything, you fall to the library and you'll get a tome. These are all fun, and they're like little action instant cards. So we're all trying to gather up resources, and what we're going to be doing is a bunch of set collection and point gathering. So you can get items. The items give you points for the end of the game. They also are usually part of a set for set collection, and many of them give you an instant ability when you acquire them. Guards as well give victory points. They give sets, and you can use them when you bribe them. Also, when a guard comes in, it produces suspicion in the area. And if you're the winner of that place, if a guard brings in some suspicion, you take it to your player board. And I think these are going to be bigger. This is all a prototype, to the beautiful board for a prototype. But so if you're the winning player, you get suspicion. So sometimes you don't want to win. You don't want that suspicion. You come in second. Also, if you end up using one of your lookouts, you don't get the suspicion. So that's something valuable to do. Once all the suspicion is off the pile and onto player, like once all the suspicion's been dealt out, there's a raid. The player with the most loses points. So you don't want to have too much suspicion. So again, when you're playing to the board, I can play into any spot. And in a 3 to 5 player game, I have to have I can only put 2 face down tiles, and the rest have to be face up. In a 2-player game, I believe it's 3. And so what that means is I do have the ability to keep some things hidden to me, but some things not. So I might go in and show my 2 but keep my 5 face down, and you don't know what I've put down. So you're sort of watching what players are doing. You're trying to get initiative. What I really like about these types of games is it's all about trying to be the player who has control of the intel. I know how many people you've put down. I've got more people left than you. I saw the value of that one, and I can sort of imagine what the other ones. Really sort of smart jockeying for majority and area control. And it works, and it's fantastic. Again, I really like it. I think I covered, oh, and there's also a good sort of victory point or a reward system. There's an instant first player to do it gets it. There's only one of these cards dealt each game. First player to do it gets it. So immediately gain this card if you're the first player to have at least 4 power. Get those victory points. There's a King of the Mountain type thing where if you're looking for, it goes around. It's like the longest road. It'll keep moving around during the game to the player who has, I don't know, the most goons. And then if it's that, it turns into the some other player, and they have 12 at the end. They win. And the scrapper is a victory condition for the end of the game. So those are your key point scoring opportunities, the sort of goal cards, getting the goons, and the items. The power system really makes the Enforcer interesting because that character's power is changing over the course of the game and can be sort of as valuable or more valuable than a 5. It's smooth, it plays quick, it only lasts 6 rounds, it's interesting decisions, it's nice dynamics, like Hallmark, Thunderworks. And I really like the use of role player here. I mean, it's a prison, which is a little weird, but it's got some humor, and it's these characters that are part of the world, and it's sort of connecting the story together. It all works for me. Very small complaints. It's the last round. Sometimes you can feel a little AP when you're like trying to. If you're really trying to get the best move, it can be a little like, okay, I could go there, he could go here, I could go there, he could go here. You got to sort of play through it, but there aren't that many positions and there aren't that many tiles. So it hits it, it does, but it doesn't go over it. So for me, I was very comfortable with that. And this is a game that's going to be in my top Kickstarter list at the end of the year for sure. And in some ways, maybe more fun than Role Player. Like, that's a big statement. I think they're different games, but I think if I ranked sort of initiative area control over dice manipulation, perhaps, I might put dice and area control a little higher for me. So, I don't know. But anyway, this is Lockup. It's on Kickstarter. Again, I've got history with Keith and Thunderworks, but don't let that stop you from learning more, checking it out, and seeing if it's a game for you. So this is Lockup. Hey everybody, Edo here, and thanks for watching Gaming with Edo. Reviews over here on this playlist, League and Insider videos over here on this one. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But most importantly, play some great games. Thanks.